why I should trust you with this business.
Well, we have a great plan.
Well, I'm sure you do, and I know that I'm going to hear about some wonderful services. And I know you're very smart, and this is a great, strong team. And I need to surround myself with people that I can trust. And that's what I'm going to be keying in on. So at the end of this, I want to know that I can trust you guys.
Absolutely.
Right? Okay, good.
Well, just a quick introduction. My name is Benjamin. I'm the office managing partner of our Pacific Northwest cluster here at Grant Thornton.
Okay.
That involves the Seattle and the Portland office.
All right.
I'm the national leader in our technology industry for the audit sector.
Good.
And joining me today, I have Brian Ward down at the end. Brian is a principal in our advisory practice, and he specializes, actually the national leader of our cybersecurity and privacy division.
Good. Good.
We also have Kristen Markle. Kristen is an audit partner all the way from our London office. She specializes in international financial reporting standards.
Okay.
And last but not least, we have Mike Finneran. Mike is actually a Wake Forest graduate as well. He has just joined Grant Thornton after having 20 years of banking experience. He works out of our Chicago office in the transaction advisory services practice.
Right.
And he'll be talking to you today about a potential initial public offering.
Okay. Good.
All right, so a little bit about our firm. We have some key statistics laid out for you. We have about 35,000 employees in over 100 countries. And we're also in over 50 U.S. cities, including the Seattle office, which actually our Seattle office is right down the street from the world-famous Pike's Place Fish Market, if you know.
Yeah.
So we also, Grant Thornton specializes in mid-sized firms, and from specializing in providing services to mid-sized firms, as you mentioned, you want people you can trust.
Yes.
And that's Grant Thornton. And we pride ourselves on our client relationships. So in order to distinguish ourselves from the rest of the competitive public accounting field, we've actually garnered a reputation for having strong relationships with our clients. And there's two things that I want to touch on today. We have our client service portal and our service quality measurement. So our client service portal, when you sign on with us as a client, you get access to a website, and this website will have top industry news that's tailored to your specific industry. It also has a little area for our views, Grant Thornton's views on the newest accounting guidance to kind of walk you through that. And also has a forum, so if you have questions at any time, you can ask any of our Grant Thornton professionals around the globe any questions that you have.
Okay.
We also have our service quality measurement. So like I said, client service is very important to us, and at the end of our year with our clients, we have a survey that we send out to them. This survey is sent out by a third-party vendor, and you fill out the survey and give us candid feedback. It could be issues that we've had, which I hope there would be none, but it could also be praise as well. And we tailor that feedback to the specific client.
Yeah.
So with that, I'd like to pass it on to Brian Ward, who will talk about the services that we offer you.
Good.
So here at Grant Thornton, we offer three main lines of service. We have an audit, tax, and advisory practice. Our audit is based on the Horizon, which, like Dan mentioned, is one of our client service portals. It allows you to get real-time updates and have constant access to us, because we love building our relationships with you guys. And in addition, we also offer reviews for your final year-end audit statements, and as well as your internal controls. So we have an integrated audit. We also do quarterly reviews of your financial statements. In our tax practice, we can do your corporate, state and federal tax returns. And additionally, we also have our advisory practice, which specializes in business valuation, information technology, cybersecurity, which is my personal preference. And so we have numerous amounts of services that we can offer you to survive all your needs.
So basically, you guys are a one-stop shop. Tax, audit, consulting, you can do everything for me.
We can, but not all at once, if you decide to go public. So we actually have a detailed outline in our proposal. If you do decide to go public, which Mike will talk to you in a second, there are some regulations that we do have to follow as a public accounting firm.
Okay.
So that is detailed out for you, and we'd be happy to elaborate on it.
Okay. Okay, good.
So Mike can expand on some other services.
Okay.
Yeah, so one of the things that we became aware of is as Amigo's been continuing to grow and kind of approach $500 million in revenue, I was approached, having had my banking experience and primarily with tech IPOs and technology companies, was how they were going to obtain additional capital. And the way we view it is there's three different ways you can do it. Additional private equity investment on top of the two private private equity investments you already have, long-term debt, and an initial public offering. And I'm going to kind of speak more to the IPO because we understand, based off prior conversations, that that was something that you were more considering versus the other two avenues. And basically with an IPO, kind of through all my experiences, I've been able to work on both the Facebook and LinkedIn IPOs and other internet-based service companies. And I think what makes an IPO successful for some companies and unsuccessful for others is the preparation that you get going into it. It's not just about the equity offering, it's about all the preparation in terms of financial reporting, internal controls, and all that you put into it. And you had mentioned that trust is a huge issue with your firm, and we understand that going through an IPO, going from private to public, that's something that you don't need to just trust us, as individuals, but also trust that our expertise is going to help guide you through those steps. So in order to do that, we approach it with 2 steps. The first is we look at what story you're going to tell to the public markets, and the second is assembling all the information for your IPO prospectus. When it comes to the public markets, generally investors, last year I think it was around 20% of companies who had an IPO, only 20% maintains their issue price just a month after they went public. And with that, you would say, if you're an investor, well, why should I invest in this company? And part of our expertise within our transaction service group and also our capital markets group is we can help you guys tell your story that this isn't just a sexy internet-based service company. You guys have strong revenue. You're able to take a product and actually produce revenue out of it, and you also have strong growth potential. And by telling that strong story, you're going to be able to garner more institutional and retail investors, and hopefully lead to a strong IPO, which can lead to large sources of capital, which can actually even help your international practice, which you understand that was something you wanted to expand in, and Kristen can actually speak a little bit more to our international practice.
Good.
Yeah, from our previous discussions, we know that international is in interest of your companies, and moving international or expanding internationally is a great way for a company to continue growing, and Grant Thornton understands that. And so we have 3 main services similar to our domestic practices: tax, audit, and advisory. And all 3 of these, we offer the same services that we do domestically. We have a great network, we have great professionals that work all internationally. Since Brian kind of talked about the services we have, I'm just going to point out some specific ones that are international. So in our advisory practice, we have a specific service that helps companies with large financial transactions internationally. So like acquisitions or something like that that helps you to grow. We really focus on having our expertise being focused on having really effective deals that get you the best value for your dollar. And in terms of taxes, I know international taxes can be really complicated and constantly changing, and you're dealing with cross borders. But our tax professionals we have located in all different areas, so they know their local taxes and also the, in general, international ones. And so this helps you to not only worry about understanding the compliance, but dealing with the efficiency and getting benefits from your taxes.
So can you help me just overall lower my tax bill?
Yeah.
Right, can I get that right?
We can try. And then finally, we know that you mentioned the regulatory environment is very different. Obviously, they use IFRS instead of GAAP, but we have IFRS professionals that are very familiar with the environment, and we actually have an IFRS conversion service that takes you from before you move international to make you understand your client-specific changes in the financial statements that will happen, and we take you through every step. We're with you the whole way so that you are always in the loop and you know exactly what's going on. So as you can see, Grant Thornton has a lot of international presence, and we actually just received the Network of the Year from the International Accounting Bulletin for our strength in our international network. So we have a lot to offer in NICO for any potential international growth.
Thank you, Kristen. So as you can see, just through all of our services, we provide great services. We believe in our services, we believe in our professionals, but we do understand that you have had a great relationship with your previous auditor. And honestly, as a professional services firm that prides itself on relationships, we appreciate that connection. And we would like to kind of keep that connection while also providing you a wider range of services that we laid out here today. So on behalf of my team, I would like to thank you for meeting with us today, and open up for any questions that you have.
Got a big question. Is all this free, or how is this?
Oh, no.
Let's talk about the fee structure. How does that work?
Sure. The fee structure, we have it laid out in the proposal. So we have it laid out by our audit, advisory, and tax services. I think our audit fee is around $750,000, and how we came up with that number is we looked at competitors, and we believe your competitors are Facebook, Google, Microsoft, LinkedIn, and we took a look at their audit fees in the marketplace, and our team,
Of course, we're a much smaller company.
sure, and we adjusted for that. So we did it based on percentage of revenue, the audit fees as percentage of revenue. So we scaled it down, and we believe it's a great reflection of not only the marketplace, but we truly believe that our Grant Thornton professionals are worth that fee.
So is that a soft number when if you guys came on that you could take a look at it?
So
Down?
yes, we would like to have an open discussion, kind of like we're having here. That's what we pride ourselves on, and we would like to suit your needs. Obviously, these services aren't free. We have our clients, our professionals work many long hours to deliver you the product. So I know you understand that as well, and we're willing to work with you on that.
Okay. So, Brian, one of my big concerns is security in terms of in the IT world as we're expanding. How can we address that?
Excuse me. So Grant Thornton has done countless hours of research on security, and we've come up with what we believe is the best way to protect your data. And we believe the best way is to have both a physical and logical that are set of security systems that are connected. So you have locks on your doors, keypads, and then you have codes on your computers. And we believe that having a combined set where everything is related is truly the best way to protect your data. And we know how important data is to a social media company like yourself. You collect numerous amounts of data on your consumers, you have ad revenue, and we believe that we have developed...
Potentially opens me up to litigation too.
Yes, and we believe that we've come up with one of the best ways in the entire world to protect your data, using a combined system that is very connected and provides real-time updates should anything happen.
Okay. Good job.